Hey everyone, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I know it's month end and catalog end, so it's a busy night. But if you're on live with us or joining us maybe tomorrow during the recording, we are so excited because we have Rachel here and Rachel's the senior director. She's celebrating her 5th anniversary next month. She is an absolute superstar, right, Carrie? I mean, she just constantly pushes us to do better. So Rachel, let's see, just accomplished her 4K earnings. Accomplished 4K earnings consistently throughout all of 2016, and just earned her spot back into 4K already. So it's awesome. Her PV average is $6,841. I mean, that's awesome. And she just welcomed 7 new team members this month, putting her on a strong path to earn the Ultra LIT for the first time. And she's already secured earning her 4th trip. So she's going to chat with us tonight on consistency and tools to implement to really be always working on reaching and exceeding your goals and just making the most out of your business. So take it away, Rachel.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer. And I am just thrilled to be on here with all of you. And I've got to be honest and let you know that I was not always the achiever of these accolades that Jen just shared. In fact, I didn't even always get paid as a director when I did promote. And some of you know how hard that can be, right, Teresa? So I didn't even think that 31 was even always in it for little old me. Like, I didn't think that it could always be my thing. The thing that changed for me was a true red hot why. The why that means that my children will always have a roof over their head. The why that means that I don't have to walk into the food pantry ever again. The why that means that because I shared this opportunity, the mom next door might not have to either. And the why that means that one day that I can pay cash for my children's college education to help keep them on a cycle of success and to hope that they never feel less than like I have in the past and like my mom did and my mom and her mom before her. And we have a gift here. Like, literally think of it as a present. And I'm going to share with you how to harness that gift based on your why. So I hope that you guys have a pen and a paper. Everybody have a pen and a paper? Because I hope to inspire you and leave you with an energy and burning red hot why of your own to make this new catalog season. Because guys, tomorrow the new catalog starts, to make it your very best ever. Because if I can do it just by changing my mind and taking the right steps, then so can you. And I have a few steps to share with you too. So who's excited? Comment on the right and tell me who's excited, and tell me what your red hot why is if you know it already. So guys, number 1 is that red hot why. I've already mentioned that. You have to make it like burning hot. Take your pen and write it down and write it down again and write it down again. And if you don't know it yet, then you're going to keep spinning in cycles like I was. And I was soaking in so much information and so many trainings that I wasn't quite sure where to put that information. Because we have all this awesome stuff in our heads, but how do you funnel it? And what do you know that's the most important and where it goes? So having that red hot why is so important. Number 2 is to attend company-sponsored events and events in your community that are going to help you personally grow and get meeting new people. So who's registered for a Better Together? Because listen, the Better Together deadline is tonight. And if you know people on your team, sideline, downline, upline, that have not registered, get that on their calendar now. So comment, tell me who's registered for Better Together right now and where you're going. So for me, it took me months to go to my first Better Together. I'm not going to lie, ripping the Band-Aid right off on that one. I may have gone to maybe 2 before promoting to director and having my own. So for me, and I already just said everything that I just typed in there, I tend to bounce around a little bit. Sorry about that. So also conference. We just found out that registration is going to start April 3rd, earlier for those of you that are leaders. And I can't express enough how monumental those relationships and pouring into you as a person are going to be. My first conference literally changed my life as a wife and mom, and opened my husband's eyes too, because he saw that how it was changing me and wanted to help me reach my goals even more. And when you can have that support system on the other side, whether it's a best friend, whether it's your sister, whether it's your husband, that is so important too. Number 3, and which is going to be our focus for tonight, is consistency. And definitely the most important thing. 31 has actually given us the best and smartest carrot towards that goal of consistency that I've ever seen. Anyone guess what that carrot is? The consistency carrot that we have to work on right now, literally in this moment. The K groups, Teresa, good job. She's on it tonight. So she's celebrating and putting it out there. Love it, love it, love it. Incentives, yes. So how do you earn a spot in the K group? Somebody tell me. I think we all know pretty much. You're just all muted. You're being shy, right? So we all know how to earn those K groups through sales, through being consistent. So if you have at least $500 a month, you're going to earn half K. If you have at least $1,000 a month or an average thereof, then you're going to earn 1K and so on. So when you're consistent, other awesome things are going to happen too. You're not just going to get rewarded by all of these awesome products that come flowering down on us, like this beautiful new Hostess exclusive, like all the fun products I got to play with today. I changed out my fall to spring. That's not the only thing that you're going to get. You're also going to get a steady paycheck, and I'm talking steady, by earning your spot into the K group that you shoot as your goal every single time. You're going to get a steady paycheck that you are in control of based on your personal sales. You're going to get bookings from bookings. And guys, I'm going to pause for a second. I literally don't leave a party without at least one booking, because if you're not leaving if you're leaving without one booking, then you're putting yourself out of business right then and there. And I usually get 3 bookings. We're going to talk about that too. And people will want to join you. And it doesn't really matter if you are not wanting them to join your team, because even if you're partying 8 to 10 parties a month, or 5 to 6, or 1 to 3, whatever your consistent goal is, if that is actually taking place, you're going to meet people that are going to want to join your team. So that is going to happen too, even if you're not asking. And leadership next, and the so coveted LIT, right? The 31 incentive trip that is so awesome and incredible and life-changing. But getting there is the ultimate question. And it's not selling in your customer group. It's not sharing the graphics. It's by building the relationships, by saying things online as you would in person, or by even having those in-person conversations instead of having it be online. By get this one, okay? Saying thank you. Thank you goes a huge, long way. And by sharing how and why you love this product, because this product is not selling itself. They are buying you. They want to build this relationship with you. They want to get out of the house. Whatever their reason is, you are that reason. You're at the center of it. You might get sales and stuff by being salesy, but you're not going to build the relationship, and you're not going to build the consistency without being genuine and being yourself. And you're not hurting them by following up either. I know pink bag calls are so tricky to get started, right? Because they're so scary. Who has done a pink bag call? Shout it out in the chat box. Tell me. You're really not. You're setting yourself apart from everyone else, and you're doing them a service. Consider the language that you're using on and off of Facebook too. And what you're wearing and how you're sharing and what products that you have. Or do you have a solution set? Are you open for business? Do you have that hostess packet? You're building a brand, and it doesn't happen overnight. So if any of you are new on here, keep that in mind too. This is something that you work towards, and you might be salesy at first, but better salesy than brokey until you get used to the consistency, and you get used to your brand, and you get used to that process. So are you guys ready to see some of my systems and ask me some questions? Yeah? Okay, so unscripted now. Jumping off. All right, so this is what I have like for my day tomorrow. And I love this new Hostess exclusive. I am bringing this tomorrow. I have a networking group that I started. I network a lot. I love it. I go to Chamber of Commerce groups. I started one of my own networking groups. So tomorrow I'm going to my networking group, and I'm open for business. And I brought this one. I'm going to bring this one because this is great for other direct sellers, because they are going to love to have their business all ready to go in this neat, cute little package, and they have to book a party to get this. So number one is walking the walk and talking the talk. You all know that one. I don't have to tell you that. But number two is really being open for business and being prepared. So I got 2 hostess packets. I've got one with February and one with March specials inside. I've got my order forms and whatnot. I always have this with me. I'm a big tote person, but I've literally collected party orders just by being out and about and just by sitting in a coffee shop to do some work. So I've got order forms, I've got the special flyers, I've got the recruiting flyers, I've got all that stuff here with me, open for business. And I've got my planner in my cute little new Y bag. I love this thing. As leaders, we have the opportunity to purchase a new enrollment kit. That's another perk that you get for being consistent. Yay, Carrie has her Benjamin wallet. Me too. I got my new wallet. So exciting. And I have all blue and black here too, so it all matches. It's all great together. And then this I have afterwards. So after I get these contacts, after I get these business cards, after I get these orders, then what? So you guys, are you doing good with the first steps? Are you getting the orders and you're getting the contacts and whatnot, and you're just not sure how to harness that and build a relationship? What part of the process do you guys need me to focus on more? So put that in the comments too while I show you my systems for following up. So this is literally $1 3-ring binder, nothing fancy, but it has changed my whole business. My whole business. So this, I've got my Y board on the front, my dream board. And if you don't already have one of these, not only is it a really fun activity to do, to make yourself a dream board, but it is going to change you, because you're going to literally think of this all the time. You're going to see it. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I really would like to spend more time with my family and whatnot. So opening it up, I've got, listen too, I'm all about not recreating the wheel. Do not recreate the wheel if you can help it, because you're going to spend so much time on all that other crazy stuff that you're not going to have time to actually do the income producing activities. So take out all the fluff and do the income producing activities. So who do you know list, number 1. And this one is the share the opportunity one. This is right on 31today.com, just like the who do you know list, and it's got a celebrate no attached to the back. This is for growing your team. And then we've got the regular who do you know list. And then, sorry, my fingers don't want to work. And then we've got our pink bag calls. So I'm going to share with your leaders this pink bag call sheet. And if you're not using some sort of system for pink bag calls and follow-ups, you definitely need to be. And then I've got a system too for if they don't answer the phone, then what next? What do you do next? Do I call them in a week? Do I call them in 2 days? It's kind of like dating, right? So you meet somebody really awesome and you're like, oh my gosh, they would be so great on my team. I could see spending my life with them. And then what? They don't answer the phone. Oh my gosh, they're not answering the phone. Now what do? Do I just leave them alone forever? No, you put them in Wednesday, because that's the next date that you have scheduled to make your calls. And you make a routine out of it, because guess what? You're going to meet that next awesome person tomorrow, and then you're going to put them in Thursday to follow up. So you definitely want to follow up. Guys, you're going to meet these people and you're going to talk with them 5 or 6 times sometimes before they even book a party with you, let alone join your team. So again, it's the process. Don't get discouraged. So what do you do when you find someone that says, all right, I might want to have a party at some point, or I might want to join your team? Then you give them their own sheet of paper called the contact information sheet. You're going to write down their name. You're going to write down their information. You're going to write down how you met them and what the conversation was like. Because when you call them back next Wednesday, or whenever you have time to call them back, or when they say it's convenient, you're not going to want to sound like a broken record. Like, oh, you know, we talked at I think it was maybe Marianne's party, and you don't want to sound like that. You want to say, oh, we talked about the large utility tote and how you used it for so-and-so's baby shower. How is that working anyways? I know you were really looking forward to that. What did you end up putting in it? and you want to know what you talked about last time. That's how you're going to build the relationships, and that's how you're going to make yourself set apart from everybody else. I have so many repeat customers now that I literally have a hard time putting them on my calendar because my calendar is so full. And I really contribute it to these genuine conversations and to getting to know them as a person instead of as a number. I admit it, I was bad at that before. The first 2 years of my entire business, I can't even call a single one of those hostesses because I did not build that relationship. I did not foster it. I only called them when I wanted something. I called them when I wanted a booking or when I wanted to earn a trip or when I wanted something else. I didn't call them and have it be about them. I called them and it was about me. So if you're calling them and it's about them, then you are going to make this so incredible. So I'll give you a little bit closer of a look into my tabs. If it's not pretty, it doesn't work for me. So I've got these tabs and they literally say Monday through Sunday, and I've got 4 sets for the whole month. So I do mine by the month, and I just put their sheet in the next day or whenever I'm going to follow up. So literally I go to Tuesday, like tomorrow's Tuesday, and I know exactly who I have to call and text or Facebook message. However, they tell me they like to communicate the best, and I follow up with them. So that is so huge. So Krista would like to hear more about how you always book a party at a party. Okay, cool. I love it. So hang on a second. I'm going to show you. I was cleaning my office today, and this isn't exactly how it looks. Here, I'll do a demo for you. So I pick in my office, I've got products that I get for free or for $5 or whatever. We all have our stashes, right, of stuff, or you will if you don't already. And I am a collector of cute bags. So I take a cute bag that's in my large utility tote over there, and I pick a zipper pouch or something, and I've got my cute bag, and I come to the party like, ooh, Jennifer, don't touch this yet. This one's going to be for you, but hang on. I'll tell you about that in a minute after I set up. And by the way, this is my prize bin for your guests. We're going to have to give all these away tonight, but you don't get this one until I give 3 of these away, and I'm going to tell you how in a minute. Hang on. And I'm setting up in 5 minutes. I have a very, very limited setup. I set up the kit, and I set up the hostess exclusives, and I set up like 2 more products that are my favorite or the specials. And then I tell her, okay, Jennifer, and I'm picking on Jennifer because she introduced me, so she gets to be the person I pick on tonight. So I tell Jennifer, I say, okay, I've got these 3 gifts, and this is going to go to the first 3 people that book a party tonight, okay? And we're going to have tons of fun, and you're going to get to not only get some of your wish list for free tonight, but I know there's going to be still things that are on your list, so you're going to get those at your friends' parties, okay? So I tell her that, and I show her these cute gifts, and I have her start thinking of who wants to book a party. And then I remind her, this one is something, because we've gotten to know each other over the last few weeks, that I know is actually on your list, or will go with what's on your list. So you're going to want this, and we're going to have a lot of fun partying at your friend's party. So you're going to help me out with this tonight, and we're going to have a lot of fun, okay? Okay, Jennifer? So throughout the night, I have them introduce themselves. I tell them to share with me something they're celebrating. We go around the room and we celebrate. It's a party, right? It's not a party unless everybody's laughing and having fun. And then I tell them that I'm going to give away tickets throughout the night for different things. So I either do the island game or the reverse scavenger hunt, and I'm not going to get into those right now, but basically they're games that I use to listen to seeds and to plant seeds for booking, for recruiting, and for selling, of course, because we want to upsell and show them the top of tote for the large utility tote and all that stuff. And then at the end, I do the Ask Me Anything game, and everybody gets a ticket because everybody's going to ask a question, and then I give away another prize. I draw a winner. So it's all about prizes, and it's all about having fun. And during this, I let them know that they can book a party at any time, and it's only for the first 3 people that book a party. The other people, they don't get a gift tonight, but they're going to get something at their party. I'm going to reward them too, just not this time. So that's how I normally get 3 bookings, because you want to be the first person to book. And once one person books, it's like a snowball effect. People are like, oh my gosh, there's only 2 left. Oh my gosh, who's going to book a party? And oh, there's only 1 left. And listen, if 2 people book and there's 5 people at the party, then the hostess can rebook. If she doesn't rebook, then she's going to recruit with me. That's my motto. She rebooks or she recruits, one or the other. And most likely she's going to do one of those 2 things. She loves 31 and she had fun with me, so why wouldn't she, right? All right, so that's how I book a party at a party. And I want to just share too how I do that. So I've got my calendar out, and it is in a cute zipper pouch, and it is in my Hostess exclusive. So I'm displaying and using my products during this whole process. And I'm going to ask every single person at checkout, and I'm going to have my calendar open, and I get their date on the calendar right then. I know not everybody does that, but that's what works best for me. It does not count in my book if it's not in my book. And if she says, oh my gosh, Rachel, but I'm so busy and you probably don't book out. And I'm like, yeah, I do. When do you want to do it? June? I'll do June. That's fine. Guys, I have my calendar booked out. I'm starting to book in July because I don't take no for an answer. If they want to book with me and they have soccer and camp and they're a teacher and they're busy and they coach, then who am I to tell them that they can't book because they don't want to do February? You know what I mean? So if June is better, and if they have a beautiful patio and they can think of a fun theme, and I friend her on Facebook and become her friend, guys, those are normally my recruits, because we're getting to be so close during that time, and they're having so much fun, and they're shopping with me until then, because they're on my customer group too. We're building that relationship. Then it's going to be a success no matter what. So I'm going to show you my calendar. If you guys want to see it, it can be scary to see somebody else's calendar. So I'm going to give you a disclaimer. Do not compare yourself to others. You are on your own path, and you have your own goals. And no matter what you see in my crazy calendar, you are amazing. Okay. So this is my February calendar, and I have 17 parties on it. I book 3 parties on Saturdays. I book a party on Friday, and I book 2 parties on Sundays. That's my schedule. That's what I give myself. I'm the CEO. I have a job. This pays the bills for my house, and that's what I schedule. I will book on Mondays and Wednesday nights too, so I technically still have 5 more spots left in February. And then in March, because I didn't say no, I already have 7 parties in March. And then in April, I already have 6 parties in April. But my goals are to have a consistent $10,000 a month, because I need $3,000 a month to pay my bills. And I don't want to have to rely on the fact that my husband has a seasonal job, and maybe it's going to be great right now, but what if the snow goes away again early and he gets laid off? He was unemployed for 8 weeks last year. 8 weeks! I had to pay all the bills. And if I don't book my parties, and if I don't have my CEO hat on, then that doesn't get done. So book parties at parties, ask, build the relationships, and that's really, there's no magic to it. It's just asking and having fun. I could easily get discouraged, and I could easily feel overwhelmed, but I don't let that in. You can tell I'm kind of a happy, positive, like upbeat person anyways, right? So I just don't let that in. My job is flexible, but it's not optional. And I'm all about building the relationships and having fun and giving back. If 2 people show up at a party, then I make the most of it. If 20 people show up at the party, then I make the most of that too. And you're going to have the good and the bad and the ugly and the fun and everything. How do I do 3 parties in one day? That's a great question. And did you say that the guests booking their gifts that night? They get it that night. It's just little stuff. So I'll show you what's in here. I got these straws from I think it was the Thanksgiving sale. I got like a ridiculous amount of straws. So I put straws in there. I've gotten straws at the dollar store and whatnot. These I got at Staples for like 40 cents each, just a cute little saying on a notebook. And I have a nail file. And that's it, just a little something. I'm not really paying more than like $2. I used to do candy and a lottery ticket and my business card or a mini catalog just to have it stand up taller and look prettier. So anything that you have laying around or anything that you like, just put it in there and give them a little something. We like to be celebrated as women. We like to get something cute. And I do give it to them that night. And then they know at their party that they're going to get the bigger gift when they get 3 bookings. And that's the cycle that I've created. That's kind of like the brand that I've created, and they expect that. So to do 3 parties in one day, I do them at 10, 2, and 7. And those are my hours that I do my parties. And I know that if I have one that's an hour away, then I need to schedule that a little more apart. But I do 10, 2, and 7, and that gives me an hour or so between parties. And I make sure that my party is 2 hours long. I get there, I set up in 5 or 10 minutes, and that's when I'm done. So my presentation is 20 minutes, half an hour. I let them shop. We check out. I'm the sit in the middle of the floor with all the 31 products around me consultant. So I'm listening to them and I'm picking up at the same time, and I'm out the door at the 2-hour mark. So if my party's at 1 and we end at 3, and I don't check out the hostess that day or anything. We do that usually the night after. I don't let them wait too long. Awesome booking bags. Thank you. I get these like a year in advance. I get them on sale like after the previous holiday. I'm so cheap, guys, not even funny. P.S. You were talking to the queen of husband on unemployment. It is a scary thing, is it not, Krista? This has saved us because my husband does ski patrol in the winter and stonework in the summer. So we usually have 6 weeks. And when it's 8 weeks, whew, and imagine like sometimes it's 10, winter can be brutal, and so can mud season. What type of discount do you offer your hostess when she attends a party? I don't. She doesn't get a discount or anything, but because she already got this awesome cute gift, but she can rebook and get another gift that day. I let 31 do all of that kind of stuff. I let them reward the hostesses for the hostess exclusives and specials and everything. They give us so much. We didn't have nearly as much when I started 5 years ago, so I feel I really talk that up a lot. So I don't give them anything when it's booked off of it. But if they get 3 parties, then they get a gift. And I'm not mean about it. If they get 2 parties, I'm still going to give them a gift, but it's going to be after everyone leaves, so that I don't set that precedence. You know what I mean? What other questions do you guys have? And I'm so proud of myself. I talked so much, but it's 9 o'clock. We like literally had a 31-minute call. Yay! So questions. Did I miss anything, Carrie and Jen and Lori, that you wanted me to share? So I do have a challenge.
That was awesome.
Yay. So who has their launch party booked for February? Post it in the chat box. Or tell me how many parties you have booked for February. Nobody? Do you guys all have an empty calendar for February? Liza has 3. Krista has booking 1. Teresa, 4 booked and 3 potential. Carrie, 6. Awesome. Tabitha, 3. Lori had her last chance first glance on Friday and got a booking. Janelle, that's going to change. No frowny face. Turn that frown upside down. Yay, I'm glad I inspired you, Carrie. Andrea, no parties have hit a roadblock. All right, so those of you that don't have any parties, grab a notebook. You don't have to do a fancy like no leads left behind binder or follow-up binder yet, although I would highly, highly recommend it. If you don't have bookings on the calendar, you probably have customers that you've had before, or you have customers that have a sister or a mom or an aunt, right? So, so you've got to follow up with them. you've got to call them or text them or Facebook message them or email them, however you best contact them. And you've got to say, hey, how are you liking that stuff from Christmas? I know that you wanted this for a Christmas gift. Or even if you didn't write any notes at all, look at their order history and say, hey, Sherry, I know we met at so-and-so's party. You got a large utility tote. That is my favorite product. It's like our top seller. What are you using it for? Have you taken it out of the bag? Did you gift it? Let me know. And also your 90-day return policy is coming up. So that was why I called you. I just wanted to remind you of that and make sure that you're 100% happy with your product. And that gets you in the door. That is why you're calling. You know what I mean? And it gives you an excuse to open that door again. Besides the fact that we have a brand new catalog starting tomorrow, you're definitely going to share that as well, but not right away. You're calling because you're caring about her and you're caring about her products, and you want to make sure she's 100% happy and doesn't need an exchange process. Yes, I will share I will share all of you the files that I have in here. And there's a script in here too. So until you're comfortable, you can just literally read off of that. How do I determine how long to follow up if you didn't hear back? So in here, there is a thing that tells you. So if you leave a message on day 1, if there's no voicemail, leave a message, it says to put them in day 3. If there's no voicemail or leave a message again, then put them in day 7. I try to contact them a few different ways, and you'll develop your own system as this goes on, but follow-ups are so important. So follow up with them, be genuine, say thank you, remind them of the new catalog, and guys, you're just doing your job. You know how on the top of that order form, there's a few questions, and probably 97% of us don't ask them. So this is like, pretend you have a job description, and pretend you've got this boss who's really like your husband standing over your shoulder, and he's asking you how you did today. He's reviewing you, okay? And I just say my husband because my husband literally is like my, no offense, my accountability partners, but he's like my best accountability partner. We have a calendar on the wall, and I cross off when I get a booking and I put a new number, and he is like a hawk. So if I am not checking all these, then he's going to have a problem with that because we need a paycheck coming in. So if you're doing these pink bag calls and you're doing them halfway and you're calling, but you get the voicemail and you hang up, have we done that before? We've all done that before, right? I've done that before. You guys can say it. But you got to do these things. You got to ask them, would you like to host a party? Would you like to become a consultant? Would you like to receive my emails? That's the easiest one. And when you meet people out and about and everything, if you're not sure what to say, hey, you want me to take your email so you can at least like see what's kind of going on with this business and maybe get the customer specials once in a while? Every single person says yes, every single one. If you say, oh, you interested in partying or maybe joining my team, you're going to get no's. But if you ask them, would you like to hear more information maybe and hear the specials and be up to date, you're going to get a yes every time. So you just got to go through that process, and it's tough and sticky at first, but you're going to get results. All right, what other questions do we have? I'll open it up to everybody.
Teresa needs to go to bed.
Well, she
may be falling asleep.
She's worked so hard all month long to reach her goal.
She has worked so hard all month long. Rachel, that was amazing. Like, amazing. And how you fit that in 32 minutes, I'm not even sure.
My mouth is so dry. I need some water. That's why.
Yeah, right. No, that was awesome. And I love the booking bags. Love the booking bags. I used to do those as well. Why I stopped, I'm not sure, but that's definitely going right back into the repertoire here.
Yeah.
What other aha moments did you guys have on this call? Sorry, I worked out and I'm allergic to working out, so I sneezed for like 3 hours after I worked out. So I'm all stuffed up and sneezing, which is why I've been on mute and not on video, because I've literally been sneezing for the past 20 minutes.
Oh, man.
Anyone aha moments? Anything resonate? Let's see what's in the chat.
And ladies, if you don't have a party on the calendar and if you haven't had a launch party yet, be your own party. book a party and challenge yourself. If you're nervous about that, just do it. Like, just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off, book a party. It can be on Facebook. I'll let you at least do that. But you got to book a party. It has to be a Facebook party or a home party, and set a date, set a time, send invitations, and follow up, and you'll have a party.
And you'll be surprised. I mean, I think that when I just did a trunk show for something else, I was actually nervous that like nobody was going to be there. And I got into following up with people, and it was really just, I really want to see you. So please stop by, please come. And so I think, you know, tying it into Rachel and really it being from the heart is just, we really want to reconnect. I mean, obviously let them know that it's a spring party for you, or that, you know, offer somebody to be the mystery hostess too. You can always do that. I think that's always a big deal. And the other thing you could do is, you know, do a little raffle prize. And I was just talking about this on a coaching call with somebody on my team is, you know, invite them, and, you know, they get 5 raffle tickets for just showing up, and they'll get, get 10 for bringing a friend, and, you know, 10 for placing an order, and 10 for booking a party, and have maybe just some retired products that you're not going to be using, and raffle those off. Do a little Chinese raffle where you put a little bowl in front of each of the products, and they just have to go and they can put all their tickets into one bowl if they want to. I think that's a really fun idea. And especially, you know, these muffin and mimosas, muffins and monograms, you know, doing a party from like 10 to 1 seems like it's a really great time.
It is.
On the weekends, because this is what I say to my hostesses. This is how I hostess coach them, but this is what I also say to my potential hostesses. Listen, even if you have kids and they've got sporting events, it's time that daddy can take them to the sporting event on their own one morning. You know, you don't have, like, take the morning off and come over and let me just like spoil you. And that's been working out really well. I really like those. And I like them too, because it's like, I'm done in like 2-3 hours and I have the rest of the weekend with my family. Right. And I'd rather do those than actually Friday night parties, because I'm getting old. So, no, I like Friday night parties too, but honestly, I work full time. So going to a party on Friday night is like a really long day, but I really like these muffin or monograms and mimosas or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So, Rachel, I wanted to talk about the launch party real quick, because like it'll be 7 years for me, and I've done a launch party every catalog change except for maybe twice. That's because I didn't have room on my calendar. So when you do that, I mean, I've had times where nobody showed or 1 or 2 people showed, but guess what? I got the practice of setting my stuff up. Right. I knew how my hostesses felt, so I could appreciate their anxiety and their fear of people not coming and reassure them it's okay, and that I've had that happen before. But then you have those certain girls that keep coming back, and they expect it. Like, they were shocked because I didn't have my taco soup that I always have. I did a baked potato bar in bags because it was simple. So I was looking up things. I wanted to keep it simple. So I did a baked potato bar in bags. So I had baked potatoes in the crock pot, and I did chili.
I love that idea.
And then I always have I have the tote out with all the drinks in it. Now, there was 3 versus I usually have more than that, but it was okay because secretly I split up the hostess rewards with them because I don't need any more of the current stuff, you know. Right. And they were so excited. I got to go over the sale. We closed it out then. We had that extra special time. I had a booking. I mean, so it was great. I mean, I think sometimes we think we're going to get it all one big bang. And that's just not how sometimes it can be that way, but most it's not. So you just have to it just feels good that I did it. Yeah. But the anxiety up to Friday was like, whoa, you know. I did the drawing and then I tried something new, because I used to try all kind of new things when I was new and exciting. And I thought, like Jen was saying, I used to do the the gifts and the bags. And I'm like, yeah, why did we stop that, Jennifer? I mean, like, what happened? So I did
got lost in your office, Lori.
It's all taken care of now. So then Saturday morning, I followed it with a Facebook party live in my customer group. So whoever couldn't make it Friday night, they knew I was doing that Saturday morning. And I gave giveaways, and I didn't draw until Saturday, like about 15 minutes. I gave a little break so I can pick, go through everyone's name, and I put them all in a container. And it was great. Like, my sales went up. I mean, I was shooting for more bookings, which is fine, but I'll take the sales because I was nowhere near where I got. But and then I got that experience because that was one of my weaknesses is Facebook parties, and a lot of people complimented how much did they like that. So I'm going to try to do it consistently, maybe monthly, just like I do my launch parties. What would it be, like every 6 months? So when we get in that habit and our customers kind of like predict us or brand ourselves, like Rachel's saying, we have to start being intentional, I guess, about that kind of stuff. If you're trying to get your party fuller, be your own party every month until you can, and let that be the icing on top of the cake once you start to stack your month, like Rachel's.
Yeah, and you know what? That brings up a couple good points. The first good point is what was working in the beginning. Go back. Oftentimes, we don't review ourselves enough. I do. You can tell I'm sort of a control freak, so I do review myself a lot, but I see that doesn't happen a lot in others' businesses. That's why I do still do this. I did this my very first party, and I still do it today because we love free stuff. When I go to a party, if someone doesn't ask me, I feel like I dodged a bullet. Like, woo! I don't have to go to the party. Woohoo! But if somebody asks me, and especially if we get a free gift, I'm going to be like, okay, I'll book a party with you. Sure, I kind of do love this stuff anyways. You got to just ask. And then the other thing is when you do your launch party, you are so right. It does not always pan out, and that is okay. My launch parties, I never have more than 3 or 4 people there. And that is because my parties turn into a hostess pickup party, a hostess packet pickup party. They come, they see the new stuff, they get their fill, they take their hostess packet, and they go home. My one in July, and I don't have one for February because I'm about
you have 17 on your book.
I'm like, I don't know where to put that. I'll probably have one in like yearly. I'll do one in July because that's my birthday month. But I had one in July, and I literally booked like 12 parties because I did not take no for an answer. I made a list. We encourage everyone to make a list of 40, our hostesses, right? They have the hostess sheet with 40. I challenged myself. I'm like, all right, well, I'm setting the example for my hostesses. I'm going to make a list of 100. So I made a list of 100 people. I called them. Actual call, phone call real. And phone call real. Like,
I love it.
Phone call
Not phone call fake.
Not phone call fake. And I literally did not take no for an answer because I told them, all right, the new catalog, I'm going to like pretend for you, okay? So the new catalog's coming out. I have and I always have a theme for my parties. It was Christmas in July. I have a Christmas in July party coming up. I haven't seen you in 2 months. That was your last party. Would you like to come? And, oh, well, no, well, my son has this or this and that, whatever. All right, that's totally fine. It's been so long since you booked a party. When can we get yours on the calendar for? Or would you like the customer specials? It was either customer specials or book a party. That was not an open-ended question. That is, which one do you want? And
you want to sign up or do you want to host?
Yes. So I closed almost $1,000 party and I got like 12 bookings because it was either you want to come? Oh no, oh it's totally fine. You can just book a party or order. Which one would you like to do?
I'll see you sometime or another, right?
And you can pop in. I'm going to be there for 2 hours. Just come and get your hostess packet. And I think that was the least hostess packets I've ever had to mail during a catalog changeover.
That's awesome.
I
love that.
Awesome.
But
so do you call it like a hostess packet pickup, or what do you call it?
My own thing in my head. It was still my launch party. It was still a Christmas in July party, but that's what it became.
Christmas in July.
Yeah.
So it's about 9:20. I could stay on this call for like another half an hour at the very least, except I'm going to sneeze again. So if you guys want to stay on the call, you can. We want to post this call and get it out to the team. I know a lot of people are trying to close out orders here in the last few hours.
Last catalog.
I know. Rachel, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Rachel.
It is not a surprise that this is how you've become so successful. I can't wait to post this recording because I know there's so many that this can benefit and just that couldn't be on this call tonight because of the little hiccup in our website here earlier tonight. So thank you. We adore you and we appreciate you. And you are smart. You are beautiful. And
you are you.
You are you.
Woohoo!
Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Good night. Thank you, Rachel.
Book a party.
Ouch.
Bye.